Hi, this is Azim Jamal. We've been speaking about the corporate Sufi alphabet, A to Z series. Today we are focusing on the letter Q, and the word we've chosen is quality. In business, it's the quality that matters, not the quantity. Everything you do, if you take the paradigm of quality and keep getting better and better and better at everything you do, and produce outstanding quality, you'll find that you might be doing less but achieving much more. So less can be more. Less of important qualitative stuff is better than more of not important quantitative stuff. So what kind of quality controls do you have in terms of the work that you do? If you focus on that, you'll find that you'll build credibility, because everything that comes out of your office or your business or your company will display that kind of impact. And if you look at the success of Apple, you'll find that they really paid attention to what their quality was about, what their perception was about, what their creativity was about, and made their stuff different, which ended up having a great results for them in terms of outcome and numbers. So I think the moment you start shortchanging that process and try to speed up, and once you've done a job and rush to the next job instead of going the extra mile, 10% or 5% or 2% more, which really is a big difference, which really changes what you produce as ordinary to extraordinary. It's a little extra you give. I'll give you an example. I was in Tajikistan, and as I was driving back, as we were driving back from Korog to Dushanbe, on the way there was an 80-year-old girl who was selling apples in a bucket, and this Tajik driver wanted to buy apples, so he kind of slowed down his car to buy apples from this little girl, but for some unknown reason he didn't stop, and he went 50 yards ahead to buy apples from a mature apple seller in a big trolley. And this young girl, 8 years old, walked 50 yards with a little bucket and stood near the trolley, looking at this driver and smiling, but in a way saying to this guy, "Why aren't you buying my apples? You stopped there and now you're buying apples from this guy." And she was not threatened by the mature apple seller, and she didn't push him, just smiled. And the Tajik driver was ignoring her completely, and I was watching the spectacle. But by the time we left there, he ended up buying all our apples too. The reason he bought all our apples is because he found her to be special. He found her to go the extra mile, and he was quite impressed for a young girl to really support her family and believe in her stuff and did not get intimidated by the big mature apple seller. So if a young girl in Tajikistan, the poorest country in the world, can go the extra mile and think about the quality that she has and what she's selling, why can't we? If you now look at the family structure in terms of quality versus quantity, we've discussed this in some ways before, but really the question is that, is there quality in your life? Even as elders, people who are older, my mom is 80, my dad is 85, almost 86, and the biggest thing for them is the quality of life. It's not how many years you're going to live in your life, but is the quality. And if you have your health, if you have the support, the family support, if you have the kind of respect, then there's quality in your life. But once that goes away, then it becomes meaningless. It's not the number of hours or number of days or number of months or number of years. It's really, what is it about, right? And I think all of us in our lives, whether we're young or old, have to ask the question, what is my quality of my life? Is it fulfilling? Is it meaningful? Is it purposeful? Am I driven? Do I have a purpose? Do I have some kind of mission in my life? If all those are missing, and if you're just chasing numbers and ego and dollars, yes, you may, quote unquote, in the material sense, get some success, but there will be emptiness in your life. So today's message is about quality. If we have quality in our business, if we have quality in our balanced life, if we have quality in our beyond, then we'll find that harmony that we're seeking the corporate Sufi way.